Good evening, friends, guests of Ananda, those who are attending from home. We are celebrating tonight the Mahasamadhi of Swami Sri Yukteswar. Swami Sri Yukteswar was known especially as the guru of Paramhansa Yogananda, who offered us a beautiful portrait, inspiring and powerful portrait in Autobiography of a Yogi. To tell the truth, Swami Sri Yukteswar, of course, obviously, he was not just the guru of Paramhansa Yogananda. He is a guide, a light for many people on this planet, and he will go on being such a guide for many, many followers. Tonight we are celebrating him with chants, talks, stories. We want to appreciate and enjoy the role of Sri Yukteswar for our planet, for our generation and the future generations. First of all, we want to start with some music. The choir, joy singers of Ananda Assisi will chant 3 chants directed by 𝗬𝗨𝗪𝗘. And I wish you a beautiful evening, an evening of full immersion in Swami Sri Yukteswar's light.
ripetere cosa abbiamo cantato prima? Il prossimo canto è un canto bellissimo con un messaggio meraviglioso e che dobbiamo ripetercelo ogni giorno, ogni mattina, anche adesso dove c'era la scossa del terremoto. Vivo senza paura. I live without fear. Rifacciamo. Senza paura.
Action from the first hour to this, do you realize that once only on the day of meeting have you ever said I love you? I looked at him pleadingly Master lowered his gaze. Yogananda, must I bring out into the cold realms of speech the warm sentiments best guarded by the wordless heart? Guruji, I know you love me, but my mortal ears ache to hear you say so. Be it as you wish. During my married life, I often yearned for a son to train in the yogic path, but when you came into my life, I was content. In you, I have found my son. Two clear teardrops stood in Sri Yukteswar's eyes. Yogananda, I love you always. Your answer is my passport to heaven. I have felt a weight lift from my heart, dissolved forever at his words.
Il pomeriggio successivo, con poche semplici parole di benedizione, Sri Yukteswar mi conferì l'ulteriore.
The next afternoon, with a few simple words of blessing, Sri Yukteswar bestowed on me the further monastic title of Paramhansa. It now formally my task on earth is now finished. You must carry on. Master spoke quietly, his eyes calm and gentle. My heart was palpitating in fear. Please send someone to take charge of our ashram at Puri, Sri Yukteswar went on. I leave everything in your hands. You will be able to successfully sail the boat of your life and that of the organization to the divine shores. In tears, I was embracing his feet. He rose and blessed me endearingly.
Guruji, lo scongiurai singhiozzando, non dite questo, non pronunciate mai più queste parole davanti a me.
Guruji, I entreated him with a sob, don't say that, never utter those words to me. Sri Yukteswar's face relaxed in a peaceful smile. Though nearing his 81st birthday, he looked well and strong. Basking day by day in the sunshine of my Guru's love, unspoken but nearly felt, I banished from my conscious mind the various hints he had given of his approaching passing. Sir, the Kumbh Mela is convening this month at Allahabad. I should master the Mela dates in a Bengali almanac. Do you really want to go? Not sensing Sri Yukteswar's reluctance to have me leave him, I went on. Once you beheld the blessed sight of Babaji at an Allahabad Kumbh Mela. Perhaps this time I shall be fortunate enough to see him.
Il mio guru si immerse quindi nel silenzio, non volendo interferire con i miei problemi.
I do not think you will meet him there. My guru then fell into silence, not wishing to obstruct my plans. When I set out for Allahabad the following day with a small group, Master blessed me. I was remaining oblivious to implications in Sri Yukteswar's attitude, because the Lord wished to spare me the experience of being forced helplessly to witness my Guru's passing. Come to Puri Ashram at once. This telegram was sent on March 8th by a brother disciple to 𝗬𝗓𝗓𝗏, one of Master's jailers in Kolkata. News of the message reached my ears again, anguished at its implications. I dropped to my knees and implored God that my Guru's life be spared. As I was about to leave Father's home for the train, a divine voice spoke within.
Non andare a Puri stanotte, la tua preghiera non può essere esaudita.
Don't go to Puri tonight. Thy prayer cannot be granted.
Quella notte non partii per Puri. La sera successiva andai a prendere il
In obedience to the inward command, I did not leave that night for Puri. The following evening, I sent out for the train. On the way, at 7 o'clock, a black astral cloud suddenly covered the sky. Later, while the train roared toward Puri, a vision of Sri Yukteswar appeared before me. He was sitting very grave of countenance, with a light on each side. Is it all over? I lifted my arms beseechingly. He nodded, then slowly vanished. I entered the ashram room when Master's body, unimaginably lifelike, was sitting in the lotus posture, a picture of health and loveliness. No matter how often I looked at his dear form, I could not realize that its life had departed. His skin was smooth and soft. In his face was a beatific expression of tranquility. He had consciously relinquished his body at the hour of mystic summoning. The lion of Bengal is gone, I cried in a daze. I conducted the solemn rites on March 10th. Sri Yukteswar was buried with the ancient rituals of the Swamis in the garden of his Puri ashram. His disciples later arrived from far and near to honor their guru at a vernal equinox memorial service. I returned to Kolkata, not trusting myself as yet to go to the 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗪 hermitage with its sacred memoirs. I summoned Prafulla, Sri Yukteswar's little disciple in 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗪, and made arrangements for him to enter the Ranchi school. The morning you left for Allahabad Mela, Prafulla told me, Master dropped heavily on the Davenport. Yogananda is gone, he cried. Yogananda is gone. He had added cryptically, I shall have to tell him some other way. He sat then for hours in silence. My days were filled with lectures, classes, interviews, and reunions with old friends. Beneath a hollow smile and a life of ceaseless activity, a stream of black, brooding, polluted the inner river of bliss, which for so many years had meandered under the sands of all my perceptions. Where has the divine sage gone? I cried silently from the depth of a tormented spirit. No answer came. It is best that Master has completed his union with the cosmic beloved, my mind assured me. He is eternally glowing in the dominion of deathlessness. Never again may you see him in the old 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗪 mansion, my heart lamented. No longer may you bring your friends to meet him or proudly say, behold, there sits India's Yanavatar.
Alcuni mesi dopo, seduto sul mio letto nell'albergo di Bombay alle 3 del pomeriggio del 19 giugno 1936,
Months later, sitting on my bed in the Bombay hotel at 3 o'clock in the afternoon in June 19th, 1936, I was roused from my meditation by a beatific light. Before my open and astonished eyes, the whole room was transformed into a strange world. The sunlight transmuted into supernal splendor. Waves of rapture engulfed me as I beheld the flesh and blood form of Sri Yukteswar. My son, Master spoke tenderly, on his face an angel bewitching smile. For the first time in my life, I did not kneel at his feet in greeting, but instantly advanced to gather him hungrily in my arms. Moments of moments, the anguish of past months was tall. I counted weightless against the 𝗬𝗨𝗏𝗧𝗘𝗦𝗪 bliss now descending. Master mine, beloved of my heart, why did you leave me? I was incoherent in an excess of joy. Why did you let me go to the Kumbh Mela? How bitterly have I blamed myself for leaving you. I did not want to interfere with your happy anticipation of seeing the pilgrimage spot where first I met Babaji. I left you only for a little while and am not with you again. But is it you, Master, the same Lion of God? Are you wearing a body like the one I buried beneath the cruel Puri sands? Yes, my child, I am the same. This is a flesh and blood body. Though I see it as ethereal, to your sight it is physical. From the cosmic atoms I created an entirely new body. Exactly like that cosmic dream physical body which you laid beneath the dream sands at Puri in your dream world. I am in truth resurrected, not on earth, but on an astral planet. Its inhabitants are better able than earthly humanity to meet my lofty standards. There, you and your exalted loved ones shall someday come to be with me. Good evening, everybody. My name is Mauro. I would like to present you Sri Yukteswar in a light way and joyful way. We heard the words by Yogananda. He defined Sri Yukteswar as a divine lion, as a wise man. When we think of Sri Yukteswar, we think of him as an avatar of wisdom. And sometimes it's not easy for us to think of him as someone who could be light and playful. So I would like to show you this Sri Yukteswar. A few years ago, the first time I met Swami Kriyananda here, I was in this temple during a Sunday service. Swami Kriyananda was giving a Sunday service on that day. I didn't know much about him. I read a few books by him, and I had a specific idea of him, a stereotype. I had an expectation. I was imagining a very serious man, as you may imagine Sri Yukteswar. So I was prepared to see that kind of man. I had an expectation. Swami Kriyananda came in, entered the temple, and the first 15 minutes he shared jokes after jokes. And I was astonished, confused. Everybody were laughing in the temple, but for me, then I started laughing myself. I relaxed. Also because the jokes were really fun. So also saints can share this fun, this dimension of fun. Do you remember in Autobiography of the Yogi, the episode of the cauliflowers? So I'm going to share a story tonight which offers us a deep message, but it is given in a playful mood. And Sri Yukteswar used to share this story with his disciples when he wanted to teach them something in a light way. He wanted to teach them the importance of devotion. So he spoke about this necessity, need of the soul to surrender to God in order to be free from the mind, from the restlessness of the mind. So I'm going to share it. And of course, you don't have to take it literally. It's a story full of significance, exoteric meanings, and deep meanings. And it's a story about ghosts. The coal merchant's story. A coal merchant used to bring coal from his mine to sell at the retail market. He faced several problems with his work, such that he concentrated all his energy on trying to solve this, but without any success. The problems continued and gradually they got worse. Finally, the merchant became so fed up that he gave up everything and went to the Himalayas to meditate. After a very long period of meditation, Lord Ishvara, being satisfied with the merchant's determination, appeared and asked him, "What do you want? What is your problem?" "My lord," replied the merchant, "I have a very big problem with the labor in my coal mines, which I do not know how to solve. I would be very happy if you could bless me with a remedy." Ishvara said, "That is it. Just take one of my ghosts, and he will do all your bidding." "Marvelous," replied the merchant. "There is, however, one condition. The ghost needs to be engaged in work all the time. He cannot be unoccupied for even a single moment, or he will eat you. No matter what type of work you assign to the ghost, make sure that he is always and continuously engaged." The merchant replied, saying, "Lord, I have so much work that it will take many years, so do not worry. If that is the condition, then I gladly accept it." At that moment, Lord Ishvara disappeared, and the ghost appeared in his place. "Give me a job," the ghost said. "First, take me home," ordered the merchant. Within the blink of an eye, the merchant and the ghost were standing outside the merchant's house. Of course, the merchant found it hard to believe that the ghost could be so efficient, but he was happy and thankful to Lord Ishvara. Before the merchant had time to get over his amazement, the ghost demanded some more work. The merchant replied that he had many jobs for the ghost to do, so he told the ghost to take a note. First of all, the ghost was to go to the mine and extract enough coal to fill the wagons. Then he was to drive the wagons to the coal yard, where he had to empty the wagons. He was then to drive back to the mine to extract another wagon load to take to the yard. The merchant told the ghost that he was to continue in this manner until the yard was full. The ghost then said to the merchant, "This is all very complicated. Of course, this is only a suggestion, as it is up to you how you instruct me, and I will surely follow. But I can take enough coal from the mine and fill the coal yard in one go." "This is fantastic," responded the merchant. "Then do so." After the merchant's last words, the ghost disappeared, but only for a short time. What happened? Asked the merchant. All done, answered the ghost. What is all done? All that you asked me, that you asked of me. The yard is full of coal from your mine. No, surely this is not possible. I will go and see for myself. The merchant was about to get his horse and cart to take him to the yard, but the ghost interrupted him. Again, this only is a suggestion that I can take you to the coal yard. Yes, I forgot, of course, you can take me. Immediately they appeared at the coal yard, and the merchant saw that it was full of coal. Give me a job, said the ghost. Now the merchant had no idea that all this work could be done so quickly. The ghost had completed a year's work of hundreds of laborers in the blink of an eye. Then the merchant suggested many other tasks for the ghost to accomplish. The ghost cleaned the house and the office. He took care of the garden and did many other things. After completing each task in a very short time, the ghost would say, "Give me a job." This frightened the merchant, as he was rapidly running out of jobs, and he knew that if he could not provide the ghost with another task, then he would be eaten. Finally, the merchant started to run from the ghost, but then he fortunately had an idea. "Now take me to Lord Ishvara," he instructed the ghost. Immediately, they were in the Himalayas, and the merchant could see Lord Ishvara. "There is Ishvara," announced the ghost. "Go now, I will wait for you here." "Come with me," the merchant said. "This is beyond my jurisdiction," replied the ghost. "I cannot go beyond this point. I will wait here for the instructions that you will give when you return." The merchant did not waste any more time and ran screaming towards Lord Ishvara. "Lord, Lord, please help me, please." Ishvara replied, "Now, what is it?" "Lord, I have an even bigger problem now. Please take back your ghost." "What? That is not possible. This was not the condition." "I'm sorry, please help me. I have no more jobs for the ghost to do, and now he will eat me. You have to help." Ishvara said, "Look, I can tell you a secret." Then he whispered something close to the merchant's ear. The merchant was very happy. He came from the Himalayas and instructed the ghost to take him home. No sooner was this done when the ghost said, "Give me a job. Go and dig a deep round well at the front of my house." In a moment, a well was dug. "Give me a job. Please make 7 steps to climb down inside the well." It was done. "Now make another 7 steps on the other side to climb up." Again, this was done in an instant. This time, the merchant was very happy and said, "Now climb down to the bottom of the well very carefully, ensuring that you will tread on each step, and then climb up the well on the opposite side, again stepping very carefully on each step, in turn never missing a step. Repeat this work all the time until I get you further instructions." Now the ghost was completely and constantly occupied, and when from time to time the merchant wished to engage him otherwise, he would instruct him to do so, and afterwards engage him again at his permanent job of stepping carefully down and up the well. Sri Yukteswar often said that our mind is made of the 5 elements, the 5 sense organs, and the 5 working organs, that this is the product of Ishvara Pranidhana. The mind is very turbulent. It always tries to gain our attention. Our inner well exists inside the spine. It was constructed by the 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, and ether. With the help of our eternal Father, that is, with the practice of 𝗓𝗏𝗏 pranidhana, life force, the Holy Ghost, can go up and down inside the spine and will never demand any other job. Then, if you want to, you can use it any time for another purpose. In this way, the mind is constantly engaged in practice and the ghost becomes the Holy Ghost, Brahma Bhuta.
E dopo il fantasma poteva ritornare al suo lavoro permanente di salire e scendere all'interno del posto. Alla fine di questa storia, Sri Yukteswar diceva: la mente
So in Italian is a little slower.
e sempre cerca di attirare in tanti modi la nostra attenzione. Il nostro pozzo interiore esiste già all'interno della spina dorsale. Con l'aiuto del nostro amico divino, del Padre Celeste, ovvero sia ricorrendo a 𝗓𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏, alla devozione, la forza vitale può andare su e giù lungo la spina dorsale e non chiederà mai di fare un altro lavoro. Così, quando lo riterrai opportuno, tu potrai usare la sua energia per fare delle altre cose. In questo modo la mente è costantemente occupata nella pratica e allora in questo modo lo spirito, il fantasma, diviene, si trasforma nello Spirito Santo.
Ora cantiamo insieme un canto preferito e forse anche scritto, non sono sicuro, dallo stesso maestro. Desire, My Great Enemy,
Is
a
Desire,
pagina
My Great
26.
Enemy.
Lo
If you have the
canteremo
booklet,
in
it is on
inglese.
page 26. We are going to chant it in English.
Desire, my great enemy, with his soldiers surrounding me, is giving me lots of trouble. Oh, my Lord, is giving me lots of trouble. Oh, my Lord, that enemy I will deceive, remaining in the castle of peace, night and day in thy joy, oh my Lord, night and day in thy joy, oh my Lord, night and day in thy joy, oh my Lord, night and day in thy joy, oh my Lord. What will be my fate, oh Lord, tell me. Pranayam be thy religion, Pranayam will give thee salvation. Pranayam is the mission Pranayam is the mission tree. Pranayam is the mission tree. Pranayam is the mission tree. Pranayam is beloved God. Pranayam is Creator Lord. Pranayam is the cosmic world. Pranayam is the cosmic world. Pranayam is the cosmic world. pranayam, become all-pervading pranayam. You won't have to fear anything anymore. 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 Desire, my great enemy, with his soldiers surrounding me, is giving me lots of trouble. Oh, my Lord, is giving me lots of trouble. Oh, my Lord, that enemy I will deceive, remaining in the castle of peace. Night and day, my joy, oh my Lord. Night and day, thy joy, oh my Lord. Night and day, thy joy, oh my Lord. Night and day, thy joy, oh my Lord. What will be my fate? Oh Lord, tell me. Pranayam be thy religion. Pranayam will give thee salvation. Pranayam is the wishing tree. 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 Pranayam is beloved God. Pranayam is Creator Lord. Pranayam is the cosmic world. 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 Control the little pranayam, become all-pervading pranayam. You won't have to fear anything anymore. 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 Night and day, thy joy, oh my Lord. Night and day, thy joy, oh my Lord. Night and day, thy joy, oh my Lord. Night and day, thy joy, oh my
For the yogi, the last days of Sri Yukteswar, from 2 chapters. The second one was the resurrection of Sri Yukteswar. He also offers us specific information. He describes in a very precise way the world beyond this material world. he describes the astral universe and the causal universe. There he says, I, myself, I have a different task. I live and serve on a planet, astral planet, very evolved planet, called 𝗖𝗓𝗪𝗘𝗧. And there, he is preparing souls who are almost completely free to pass from the astral world to the causal world. Today I was thinking, if he is there, if he lives there, will he come back to earth one day? Or because sometimes they said about him that he had very few disciples because he was so he needed a more evolved place, probably, as we saw in the astral worlds. So one of his most important work was to prepare Paramahansa Yogananda to come to the West. Sri Yukteswar will remain in this year one of the 5 masters of Kriya Yoga of self-realization. But he is now in an astral world, as Yogananda says, in this far planet. He has disciples there. But will he become active on earth? I really feel deeply, yes. Paramahansa Yogananda at a certain point says, thinking of my master, of my guru, he could have been Julius Caesar or Alexander the Great. He could conquer the whole world because he had such an incredible willpower, unlimited energy. And then he adds, instead of doing these things, Sri Yukteswar chose to attack inner limits of human beings, rage, ignorance, all limitations. So he was a conqueror, but he was a conqueror of Maya. And he was on earth while doing that. He clarifies that these inner obstacles are the great task of man. So Sri Yukteswar will continue inspiring us. If we can read it in autobiography of the yogi, or we can listen to nice tales like the one Mauro just told us, or we can be a little braver and read Sri Yukteswar's book, The Holy Science. Sri Yukteswar was an incarnation of wisdom, 𝗓𝗪𝗪𝗡. So, the most important practice of Jnana Yoga, of the yoga of wisdom, is introspection. But not the introspection of the psychoanalysis. We're speaking about a kind of introspection that looks up at an ideal, then contemplates what we have within, and removes all obstacles in order to accomplish that ideal. And what is this ideal? It is a pure heart. Sri Yukteswar explained that deep in our heart there is a celestial gift, which is perfect love, divine love, unconditional love. This gift is a gift of nature. It is a heavenly gift we all have. And it is probably the most natural thing we have within us. But on this precious gift, there are many, many layers of things that are not natural. just like the ones we listed before: emotions, passions, moods, ups and downs, and so on, and especially restlessness. So, to do this kind of introspection, you need some guidance. So Sri Yukteswar spoke about the eight minutes of the heart. It was difficult to translate into Italian. The 8 minutes of the heart. I'm not going to list them, but I would like just to share that if you read those pages in the Holy Science, you will find as a meanness, prejudice, racial prejudice, or fear. Not long ago we chanted a chant by Swami Kriyananda about fear, being fearful, fearless. Another was about pride. One of these parts can help you to start with your introspection. That work under the guidance of Swami Sri Yukteswar is not always easy or nice, because the ego would like to be to do something different. But it's deep within, it's a very joyful work, because it helps you grow spiritually. Not months ago, I offered this course about these 8 minuses of the heart. If you think of racial prejudice, for example, maybe you think you're not a racist, but if you start digging, answering questions, you may find, and I did test it with some of my friends, they found that they're not so completely free from that attitude. It's just to show you how we can go deep within when we meditate, when we do introspection in this way. So Sri Yukteswar offers us a great inner work to do, and also many information. This chapter from Autobiography of a Yogi, the resurrection of Swami Sri Yukteswar, offers so many information that offer us hope. Death, for most of us, is an incredible enemy. We are afraid of it. Who of us will die? All of us. But we may also lose someone we love. So reading these words by an avatar who lives in Hiranyaloka, this avatar is so close to us because he offers this explanation about what happens after death. That is a chapter that we should study, not only read, but really study. All this just to share with you that this avatar is not far. He is here next to us with his energy, courage, the courage of a conqueror. He will help us to conquer to win, to overcome all the obstacles that can stop us from our inner freedom. Let's chant again, and then we will listen to Shantidev, and we will do a short ceremony celebrating Swami Sri Yukteswar.
Entra nel mio tempio, pagina...
Who is in my temple?
34. Questa volta lo cantiamo in italiano e in inglese. rientra nel mio tempio, rientra nel mio tempio, ogni volta s'apre a te, mille luci splendono, ogni volta s'apre a te, mille luci splendono, e il buio vola via, vola un uomo vola via, e il buio vola via, come un corvo vola via, rientra nel mio tempio, rientra nel mio tempio, ogni porta s'apre a te, mille luci splendono, ogni porta s'apre a te, mille luci splendono, ed il buio vola via, come un corvo vola via, ed il buio vola via, come un corvo vola via. Nel mio tempio, rientra nel mio tempio, ogni porta s'apre a te, mille luci splendono, ogni porta s'apre a te, mille luci splendono, ed il buio vola via, come un corvo vola via, ed il buio vola via, come un corvo vola via. Who is in my temple? Who is in my temple? All the doors to open themselves, all the lights to light themselves, all the open themselves, all the lights to light themselves, darkness like a dark bird, flies away, oh flies away, darkness like a dark bird, flies away, oh flies away, he enters in my temple, who is in my temple, themselves, all the lights to light themselves, all the doors to open themselves, all the lights to light themselves, darkness like a dark bird, flies away, oh flies away, darkness like a dark bird, flies away, oh flies away. Rientra nel mio tempio, rientra nel mio tempio, ogni porta s'apre a te, mille luci splendono, ogni porta s'apre a te, mille luci splendono, e il buio vola via, come un corvo vola via, e il buio vola via, come un corvo vola via, rientra nel mio tempio, rientra nel mio tempio, ogni porta s'apre a te, mille luci splendono, ogni porta s'apre a te, mille luci splendono, ed il buio vola via, come un corvo vola via, ed il buio vola via, come un corvo vola via, ed il buio vola via, come un corvo vola via, ed il buio vola via, come
And he answered. It was incredible. His eyes enlightened. He had a big smile. He said he was a light shining beyond the cosmos. Can you imagine? He was a light shining beyond the cosmos. So we cannot understand, rationalize this dimension, the dimension of these masters. They are beyond the understanding of the mind. In 1894, Mahavatar Babaji, as we know from our autobiography of a yogi, is the soul who takes care of our planet, gave the task to Sri Yukteswar to write this small booklet, The Holy Science. And my advice is to try to and read it. I've been trying to do that the last 30, 40 years. I read and reread it. Every word is a seed of knowledge. It's a seed that needs to be open. All knowledge, spiritual knowledge of the world, all the teachings of Yogananda are there. And all the teachings of the Vedas are in this small booklet. What is interesting is that it starts describing our time, how time works, and how we calculate time. He explains the systems of the yugas. This knowledge comes from ancient India, but it involves all the knowledge of humanity. The time is a cycle. Nowadays we believe in linear consciousness, linear evolution. If we study our history, it follows a line from prehistoric periods up to nowadays. But Sri Yukteswar and the Vedic culture had a different view. The evolution of consciousness follows a cycle. Yogananda said that even for millions of years, worlds are born, grown, and destroyed. According to Sri Yukteswar, these cycles, and I don't want to explain them in detail, are for times. Kali Yuga, which is obscure. Materialism rules everything, and spirituality is really tiny. Humanity will believe only in gross matter. They won't believe in spiritual world. And this belief, even today, is very strong. Then there is another yuga called Dwapara Yuga, the era of energy, where Dharma is a little more, 2/4. Then we have Treta Yuga, where Dharma becomes bigger, and humanity will become aware of magnetism, or the consciousness behind energy. And then, of course, we have the last era, Satya Yuga, where Dharma is fully expressed, and humanity easily can get in touch with the divine. He explained that against what they believe in India, Sri Yukteswar explained that we are at the beginning of the Dwapara Yuga, the era of energy. And we started that in 1700. The book by Sri Yukteswar was written in 1894. There he explains these yugas. What do you think we are now in the evolution of humanity? I think we reached a point, a very delicate, peculiar point. The prophecy of Sri Yukteswar was that in Dwapara Yuga, the development of knowledge will be faster and faster, accelerated. And this is what we really see nowadays. Everything is so fast, accelerated, all knowledge. What humanity found out from 19th century on was not so fast and not so much as we have today. So one decade after the other, we had an incredible growth in knowledge, very, very fast. Many information. They seem out of control, this kind of development. This development of the intellect, of the rationality, the understanding. Sri Yukteswar explained that electricity, which is so important in our age, in the astral world is the animal energy. And while we grow, while time goes by, we will develop more and more the subtle level of energy. We will know more and more about energy. The sign that we are in Dwapara Yuga is also egotism. Egotism connected to an intellect that is starting to be awakened. And also the understanding of what is energy. Yogananda explained that Dwapara Yuga is the most dangerous era because we are dense, our consciousness is dense and gross, but we have a lot of power because we have the tools, we have the weapons, the technology. We can have access to many information. So we saw that also. We saw how the Second World War ended. We saw man trying to have power on the whole planet during World War and later. So the prophecy of Sri Yukteswar is this incredible development. You see, we have cell phones, airplanes. Space is no problem anymore. We can move so fast, we can connect so fast. We travel also in the space more and more. Everything will be possible in the next centuries. So the challenge in Dwapara Yuga, of course, is to survive as a human race, because Dwapara Yuga offers us the tools for self-destruction. In Kali Yuga, humanity was not able to create a great damage on the planet, even though their consciousness was so gross and dark. What could they do with an arrow or with a rifle? Not so much. Nowadays we have powerful tools, incredible powerful tools that can destroy humanity and the planet. Humanity part of human beings are so proud of this power. Just like a teenager, we think we know everything. We like control. We like to modify the DNA, we can do better than God did. So this is the total immaturity for humankind, of human beings. So this phase of the 𝗤𝗏𝗪𝗪𝗔𝗦𝗪 is like a teenager consciousness. We have to survive to this teenager consciousness time. Sri Yukteswar and Yogananda explain that later on we will have an enlightened egotism. It means that we will understand that for my own goodness and for the goodness of others, we shouldn't destroy anything or anybody, because if I do harm to others, I harm myself. But this will come only later. And we really hope we reach that point soon. The good news is that we are in the ascending Dwapara Yuga. We are moving toward light. So we hope. So the next phases will be very interesting, because we are moving toward a more enlightened Dwapara Yuga. So many adventures will happen. Thanks to the grace of these masters, I think we will make it. Om Guru. We are at the end
della nostra
of our evening, celebrating life and Mahasamadhi of Swami Sri Yukteswar. It is the moment to try to find inner communion with him, so I ask you to sit with your spine straight and try to feel within you the body of Swami Sri Yukteswar as a strength, a power that helps you to sit in the proper meditation asana. Your spine is straight, the shoulder blades are a little closer, hands on your thighs with your palms turned upward, gaze up toward the spiritual eye, where the wisdom, the light of wisdom always shines. Let's now try to visualize this great 𝗟𝗓𝗪𝗘, incarnation of wisdom, full of compassion, full of will to help us to grow. Visualize his eyes, his spiritual eye, his heart, emanating light, a golden light. That light enters through our spiritual eye. It fills the brain, and from there it goes down through the throat chakra. It fills the cup of the heart. And for a moment, let's be in silence while we meditate on this inner connection from the heart and the spiritual eye at the presence of Sri Yukteswar.
mentre cantiamo
Now,
Porta del mio
while we
cuore,
chant Door of my
tu che sei a
heart,
casa
for
puoi
those
fare
who are
qualche
at
atto
home,
di
you
devozione,
can do
puoi
some
accendere una
devotional
candela,
acts like
se hai una foto del
lighting a
maestro
candle.
puoi
If you have a
deporre
photo
un
of this
fiore o
master,
qualcosa
you
di
can offer a
valore
a
davanti
flower
alla sua foto,
or
e noi
anything
qui nel
that
Tempio
is
della Luce
nice to offer
prendiamo alcuni
for
petali
us.
di
Present
rosa
here, we can
che
take the rose
esprimono la nostra
petals,
devozione
which are an
e lo
expression of our
portiamo davanti
devotion,
al suo ritratto
and we can offer
e lo
it on the
offriamo
altar.
alla sua luce
We offer
come
these
simbolo
petals
della
to His
nostra
light as a
gratitudine,
symbol of our gratitude,
del nostro amore.
of our love.
Porta del mio cuore tengo aperta io per te, porta del mio cuore tengo aperta io per te, verrai tu, una volta vieni a me, verrai tu, una volta vieni a me, fuggiranno i miei dì senza vederti, Signore, fuggiranno i miei dì senza vederti, Signore, notte e dì, io ti cerco notte e dì. Notte e dì, io ti cerco notte e dì, porta del mio cuore tengo aperta io per te, porta del mio cuore tengo aperta io per te, verrai tu, una volta vieni a me, verrai tu, una volta vieni a me, fuggiranno i miei dì senza vederti, Signore, fuggiranno i miei dì senza vederti, Signore, notte e dì, io ti cerco notte e dì, notte e dì, io ti cerco notte e dì. Door of my heart, open wide I keep for thee. Door of my heart, open wide I keep for thee. Wilt thou come, just for once come to me. Wilt thou come, just for once come to me. Will my days fly away without seeing thee, my Lord? Will my days fly away without seeing thee, my Lord? Night and day, I look for thee, night and day, night and day, I look for thee, night and day. Door of my heart, open wide I keep for thee. Door of my heart, open wide I keep for thee. Wilt thou come, just for once come to me. Wilt thou come, just for once come to me. Will my days fly away without seeing thee, my Lord? Will my days fly away without seeing thee, my Lord?
night and day, night and day. I look for thee night and day, night and day, night and day. I look for thee night and day.
Meine Herzenstür offen halt ich
Für dich, meine Herzenstür, offen halt ich sie für dich.
Kommst du wohl, ach nur einmal komm zu mir.
Kommst du wohl, ach nur einmal komm zu mir. Wird entschwinden mir die Zeit, dass ich schau dich her. Wird entschwinden mir die Zeit, ohne dass ich schau dich her. Tag und Nacht, ich erwart dich Tag und Nacht, Tag und Nacht, ich erwart dich Tag und Nacht. Porta nel mio cuor, tengo aperta io per te. Porta nel mio cuor, tengo aperta io per te. Verai tu, una volta vieni a me. Verai tu, una volta vieni a me. Senza vederti, Signore, notte di, io ti cerco, notte di, io ti cerco, notte di, notte di, io ti cerco, notte di.
Preghiamo insieme.
Let's pray together.
Padre Celeste,
Heavenly Father,
Divina Madre,
Divine Mother,
amico amato Dio,
friend beloved
amati
God,
maestri della
great
realizzazione del
masters of
sé,
self-realization,
amato Sri Yukteswar,
beloved Sri Yukteswar,
ci inchiniamo davanti a te,
we bow at thy feet
ti ringraziamo
and we thank you
per la tua vita sulla terra,
for thy life on earth,
per la luce della saggezza
for the light of wisdom
che ci hai portato
that you brought
e che
us
continui a
and that you
portarci
keep bringing us
per tutto il tempo.
forever.
Om Shanti, Shanti.
Shanti, peace. Amen.
Ringraziamo anche chi ci ha seguito da
Thank
casa.
you to all for joining
Se
us.
volete qui nel Tempio ancora meditare
You
potete
can go
fare,
on meditating
altrimenti se
at
andate
home
via
or
vi
here in the
chiediamo di portare
temple.
via le sedie.
We kindly ask you for those present in the temple to help us bring in the chairs to the side. Thank you.